Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is episode 417. How you guys doing this morning?
Woo woo. I'm ready to go.
You're ready, Derpy. How you doing, man?
Hanging in there.
You hanging in there? Things getting a little bit better for you?
Yep.
All right, good. That's what we like to hear, buddy.
That's what Ryan likes to hear.
You hang in there. Good morning.
Whoa, whoa.
It is Thursday. We got some football we're going to talk about, Mike. We got some little bit of hockey, a little bit of baseball, but
Ooh, excuse me.
we got a lot of football. Mike. So I was looking through some things here, and remember I was saying the other day that we're technically the number 2 seed in the AFC by way of tiebreakers. I came across a couple power rankings, the new power rankings, and this ought to make you feel good too. And the reason I say it this way is because we're the number 2 seed in the AFC, but we're obviously not the second best team in the AFC. So let's look down the power rankings, guys. Let's do the we'll do the AFC first, and then we'll do the NFL.
Okay.
This is the top 10 AFC teams in the power rankings. Number 1, the Miami Dolphins. No surprises there to anybody. You put up 70 points, you automatically get the number 1 spot.
Yeah.
Kansas City, number 2. Okay.
That's fair.
This is the AFC power rankings. Miami, Kansas City, Buffalo's 3rd. Coming in at number 4, guys, the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is the new power rankings.
Oh,
going into week 4. Miami,
I don't know.
Kansas City, Buffalo, Pittsburgh. Let me continue. Let me do the next 5. I got the top 10.
Okay. All right.
And then behind Pittsburgh, you have the Baltimore Ravens. Directly after them, you have the Cleveland Browns, the Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville, Cincinnati, and the Chargers. So 4 teams, 4 out of 10, grace the top 10 AFC teams right now. 2 from the all the other divisions, and 4 from our division. So that's pretty wild. Now let me hop over to the NFL. Let me hop over to the NFL power rankings. Let's see if the Steelers cleared any good boundaries to get to the a good spot in this rankings. Number 1, the San Francisco 49ers, number 1 team in the league, according to the NFL power rankings heading into week 4.
I agree with that one.
49ers. All right. So then we have Miami, Philadelphia, number 3, Kansas City, number 4, Dallas, number 5, Buffalo, number 6, the Seahawks, number 7, Detroit Lions, number 8, Pittsburgh Steelers, number 9, and Baltimore, number 10. So I gave you the top 10. I'm going to give you 2 notable teams. Cleveland came in at 11, and Cincinnati landed at number 19. So the top 10 NFL power rankings going into week 4: San Francisco, Miami, Philadelphia, Kansas City, Dallas, Buffalo, Seattle, Detroit, Steelers, Baltimore. There is your top 10 teams in the NFL at this point.
Only week 4.
And here, a couple of things I just do want to say. If we weren't playing so ugly, do you think that this might make more sense to people? Because I mean, you're sitting here just like I am, and you're thinking, okay, I mean, I don't feel like this team is the whatever they were in the first one, number 4 in the AFC and number 9 in overall. But I could say this: if they cleaned it up a little bit, you might think that. You might say, okay, these guys aren't doing that bad. It's not a terrible season. They're doing exactly what they did down the stretch last year. They're beating these teams that they should beat by these weird, awkward scores. And if you look down last year's schedule, that's how it was. The game against the Colts was 24-17. The game again, if you looked at it, just all these weird middle of the range scores, and they're, Steelers win somewhere between 2 and 7 points. But that's what they did all last year. There's really no difference in what they did last year. And again, you could always compare the San Francisco game to the Buffalo and Philadelphia games. But I would expect nothing more than the same. But if, like I said, if they would clean up a little bit, it might be a little bit more acceptable. The thing is, I mean, that they're having a decent track record.
Yeah.
They just need to clean it up, and then people might say, you know what, the Steeler team is good. They just don't look good. They just don't. You know what I mean? They just don't come off as one of the better teams in the league. But do you think if they cleaned it up and things didn't look as sloppy, that the people might also think that? And then also, Mike, one other thing. Remember the other day we were talking about. This is the second part of the question. The other day we were talking about the Merrill Hodges comment on the receivers being lazy downfield.
Yeah.
Did you notice after that 23-yard run that Kenny had, and it got called back on the illegal setup or something, and it was George Pickens over there messing with his mouthpiece, moving around before the snap was snapped in the game, and the 23-yard play got called back? I think that's all kind of what it falls under, when Merrill Hodge was talking about, just this mindset of the receivers. They have to tighten that up too. Go ahead and answer the first part, and then we'll get back to George Pickens and them after.
Do I see us as a top 4 team in the AFC? No. Our record says yes, but you watch us play. No, the offense has a long way to go. The defense, yeah, we held the Raiders under 100 yards, but they weren't able to run the ball at all year. So we got lucky there. Offense, passing game is suspect, running game suspect. No, we're winning, which is good. I like it. But once, we saw what happens when we play a really good team in the 49ers. We get blown out. We played a Cleveland team that's their average too. So we beat them, and we beat a below average Raiders team. So I'm not sold on the Steelers team being this high. And I just want to know about the power rankings. Is that going to be enough to get us into the BCS championship? Every time I've seen this all over the place, Steeler fans going crazy about it. Like, is that enough? Is that enough going to get us into the? You'd be happy about it because your team's up there. People are saying, hey, right now this is where we see
realistically what's the resolve to this right now. If you wanted to change this whole thing, Mike, and make it that they are a respectable top few team, what could be changed right now? What could be done? Or are we just going to beat that drum all year and say, well, it is what it is. They're just not that good, but they're winning games. They could be 10-4, and we're still going to be sitting there saying, well,
we were 11-0, and people were saying how bad we were.
Yeah.
So, we just been winning ugly. Like, the line needs to clean it up. The quarterback play needs to clean up. Everyone needs to clean it up. And that George Pickens thing, he got called for that illegal move. You see receivers do what he did all the time, and
I know
never
you
get
do,
flagged.
but
it's frustrating when it gets thrown, and someone made a comment early in the week. But yet on that play, he's running downfield trying to throw a block for Pickett. So he really wasn't lazy. So I don't know.
A 23-yard run gets called back. Any way you look at it, it's not good.
But he threw that amazing backwards jumping block.
Okay.
That was that play.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about just in general. It does match with what Merrill Hodge was saying last week.
But no, it really doesn't, because he would have been lazy down the field. He would have been down there to make a block on a broken play. If he was lazy, Mike. If he was lazy, he would have been loafing down the field. He was running hard on the play.
That's besides the point. The point is the play got actually called back because of him and what he did before the play. And that,
which every receiver does.
It got called this time. That's all. That's the only one that I care. I don't care for that. 150 receivers.
Does that.
I'm just talking about this one particular time that got called back just after this comment was made about our receivers. I see it. Why you don't, I don't know. But we do have to continue.
I don't see our receivers being lazy. No one said about anything about that until Merrill Hodge said it.
Well, you know what? He knows a lot more than you do. So let's continue. Also, guys,
because George Pickens is lazy.
Mike, again, I think that Merrill Hodge might know a little bit more.
He's so lazy running down.
Anybody can make their opinions based off of that, off of Mike or Merrill Hodge. So take your pick.
Hey, my brain isn't scrambled.
All right. Hey, if you don't see it, then it must not be. That's all I got to say.
I don't see it. I see our receivers.
I've seen it before he mentioned it, and then I seen it after.
But you never mentioned it. But then he mentions this. Then
Like
you
there's
mention.
50 things that I don't mention that I could mention. Do you want me to sit here for 3 hours and just mention things that are
Yeah.
in my head?
Yeah.
All right, let's do
Yeah,
it.
how beautiful and how handsome I am.
We do have to get back to our schedule because it is getting into fall. We have to get back to regular schedule here
Oh.
at some point. So
Yeah.
think about that. Let that bounce around in your head. But
Yeah,
again,
I've been thinking about it too. Yeah, but I keep forgetting to bring it up to you.
it's all good. Brad Wing will be ready to go if Presley Harvin is unable to play Sunday due to his hamstring injury. If this isn't just the taste of the luck that the Steelers are having,
This is like what the
Mike,
fifth hamstring.
This was the best performances of his career. Do you know that?
Yeah,
Statistically,
like the string of like what these last 2 games have been amazing. 3 games have been amazing, and just like you said, man, that's our luck. Something going good, and then the guy gets hurt.
There it is, Brad Wing.
Hopefully Presley's good to go, but I just want to dress him, like sit him out the game, elevate Brad Wing, because Harvin goes out there, he's gonna have a bad punt and blow out a ham, and he's done for the year. We shouldn't need him against the flipping Texans. But we are, because this is how the team plays. Now I'm fired up and ready to go.
Dallas Cowboys kicker Brandon Aubrey is the first kicker in Super Bowl era to attempt at least 10 field goals in his first 3 games of his career and successfully making them all.
Why did he have to be for the Cowgirls?
Yeah, I know. It sucks seeing all this. I mean, it was great seeing them lose to Arizona, but everything that led up to that, it sucked. You hate the Cowboys, you hate to see it. And this might be a long season, man. I mean, with these teams that are doing good, they're the teams that you don't want to see do good.
Yeah.
And then it comes down to, let's just say the NFC Championship game is the Cowboys in San Francisco. I think you got. I think you have to root for San Francisco in this game. One of them is going to get the 6th Super Bowl, but which one would you rather be? I don't think the Cowboys would be who I would pick.
I think you just need to just disband the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
At that point,
or hope the AFC team is good enough to beat them.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind Miami doing it. I would like to see Miami win the Super Bowl. That would be one thing that wouldn't bug me one bit.
No, as long as they don't go undefeated.
Let's look at the other. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm interested to see how that plays out. I want to see the NFC or the 72 Dolphins get all pissed off and not celebrate.
That would be great.
That would be the most amazing thing ever.
Because Mercury Morris is dead, right? Because he was the one who was always all about that.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember if he died or not. But it would be funny to see them out there drinking champagne after they lose the game. Be kind of funny. But like I said before, I would hope that they would say, let's be the first franchise to have 2 teams go undefeated all the way. And I'm hoping they would root for them. I think they will. But, I want to see it get to that point. I want to see the existential crisis that these guys are having.
So Miami, Kansas City, Buffalo. Buffalo, they rubbed me the wrong way last year, so I don't want them to do it. But otherwise, I wouldn't mind the Buffalo Bills going and being a team that could stop them and win the Super Bowl. And
I want them to be the team that's constantly always gets there and then loses.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
They have a track record, Mike.
They do have a track. History does not matter. We have talked about that numerous times on this show. History doesn't matter unless it suits your narrative.
Unless it's the Cleveland Browns. You know this. The history matters, every single bit of it, because nothing will ever change for the Cleveland Browns.
No.
Other teams that could possibly get in there, the better top 10 teams from the AFC also is Indianapolis. So I think this team might surprise some people this year after they beat Baltimore last week. Keep an eye on Indianapolis. See what they're up to.
Who would have thought Gardner Minshew coming in for Anthony Richardson pulling off the win last week? I did not see that happen.
Gardner Minshew's not too bad, man.
He's all right. He's nothing special, but he'll pull off a win for you every once in a while.
Jacksonville, Cincinnati, and the Chargers will be the last 3 teams in the top 10 of the AFC. So as long as somebody gets in there that could beat either Dallas or San Francisco, I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, me too.
Philadelphia, even they're starting to get on my nerves.
Yeah, they're getting too good.
Yeah, they're kind of
Yeah, we need Philly teams to be bad.
San Fran, Philly, Seattle. I wouldn't mind Seattle. Detroit.
I don't want Detroit to win.
No?
No, F Detroit.
Why? Why don't you want Detroit to win?
They're Detroit.
think
I don't
it would
want
be
them
cool.
to. I don't want them to because they allowed the Eagles to get Jalen Carter and DeAndre Swift, and both of those guys are playing lights out right now. And they're wreaking havoc over in the AFC.
I'd like to see a Detroit Miami Super Bowl. I would be cool with that. I would be able to watch that game and
All right.
enjoy it because there's nobody that I want to see lose.
All right, you kind of convinced me on that one.
I would not mind a Detroit Miami Super Bowl. So yeah, there you have it, everybody.
I'll
Those
take
are your
that one.
power rankings. Brad Wing, the safety for the Rams, Mike Quentin Lake. He's actually the son of former Steeler Carnell Lake.
No
and
way.
If you didn't know, he also wore number 37.
I like it.
And he was born in Pittsburgh.
That's even better.
Yeah, so Quentin Lake. I didn't know this. It came on my feed, and I said, "Hey, wow, that's interesting." Man.
I did not know that. I didn't know. Learn something new every day. I like it. I love it. I'm here for it.
You were here for it. Derpy, are you here for it? Derpy, are you here?
Derpy, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Derpy.
Pittsburgh Steelers lead the league with 13 sacks.
No shit.
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I knew we had a bunch, but we lead the league right now. This one here, Mike, I thought was very interesting. I want to talk to you guys about. This is the top receiver. I'm sorry, the top running back receivers this season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you the top 5. I'll give you a couple of notable names at the end of the list, but number 1, the best running back receiver this year is Jaylen Warren. Jaylen Warren, 101 yards receiving out of the backfield. Number 2, Packers, Aaron Jones with 86.
Not a bad player. Not a bad
player. Mostart for the Dolphins, 79 yards. Jacksonville, Etienne, 79 yards. And the Rams, Kyron Williams, 77 yards. Your top 5 receiver running backs out of the backfield.
I love that Jaylen Warren is up there because who would have thought?
I know.
It's
awesome.
I'm loving it because last year,
a beast, man.
Last year he showed flashes of it, and this year, my God, he is just taking over in that role. As that third down back, I'm loving it. The way he's picking up blitzers too. The way
I watched this game
and plugs the hole.
For about the 9th time last night, and it's really awesome to watch him. Like he's just playing so much better than Najee Harris.
Mm-hmm.
So much. When he touches the ball, there's always a possibility that something's going to happen.
Yeah. He sees the hole and he just runs head first into it. Even if it's not there, he's just running there to, make something happen. Hopefully Najee can turn it around. But if not, thank God we got Warren. He's a good little back. I'm liking it. It's just, running backs, man, they fall through the cracks all the time. Willie Parker undrafted, Jaylen Warren undrafted.
Running back such a hit or miss position.
It is.
Number 9 on that list. I did mention I was going to mention a couple notable names. We made it 1 through 5. Number 9 on the list is Derrick Henry out of Tennessee with 71, and then number 10, Christian McCaffrey with 70.
I thought he would be higher, but my God, they have so many weapons in the pass game over there in San Francisco. You
have to you got to get in line.
Yeah, you got to get in line. 2 really good receivers, a damn good tight end.
I'm gonna blow through this because we do have to jump on the picks for the week because we do have a game tonight. Derpy, put on your thinking hat. We'll be right on that in 1 second. Penguins play tonight. They host the Buffalo Sabres at 7:00. Sabres come in this preseason game with a 2-1 record. The Penguins are sitting there at 1-1. Buccos down to 4 games. Mike, 4 games left in the season. Thank God it's almost over. Philadelphia Phillies beat the Bucks last night 7-6, dropping the Bucks record to 74-84. Instead of that 500 record, they are back to being 10 games under. How crazy! After they lost and couldn't get that 500 mark, they've lost every game since. They just all of a sudden aren't good again.
Yeah, where's that swagger from all the fans and all the players talking shit? It goes out the window quick with this team. They're so inconsistent. So
great 3 days ago, and everyone was just so sure they were going to get 500.
Oh yeah, and we're going to get key free agents. People are finally going to want to come to play.
We're going to be knocking the door down to come to the PNC Park to play.
No, they never are. They never will.
Game 3 today at 6:05 between the Phillies and the Pirates. Then tomorrow they come home to start the last series of the season against the Miami Marlins. So this is it, guys. 4 more days. Little news toward Derpy's team, the Cleveland Guardians, of course. New Brighton, Pennsylvania native Terry Francona, which is literally where I'm sitting right now, Derpy. That is the town that I am in, literally, is New Brighton. And this is where Terry Francona is calling it quits after this season. He will be leaving, retiring, and he won't be the Guardians coach no more. So if you like Terry Francona, which a lot of people do, that is unfortunate. He did go to Boston. He won a couple World Series up there. He's done great things for Cleveland. Pretty good career, man. So
not a bad career.
Excuse me.
Not bad for a kid from New Brighton.
Absolutely, man. Let's see. And right around the block, there's the franchise Shane Douglas, from this little town.
And then little, it's like a little Aliquippa.
Yeah. It's like little Aliquippa. It's not as good at anything.
It's not as good as anything.
All right, Derpy, are you ready for these picks, baby? This is big. Derpy. You got to get back in it, man.
I won last week, Derpy. It was the easiest round I ever had.
Yes.
And
I had a losing record, but I won, damn it.
So Derpy, we got the first 2 weeks under play. You do have some coming back to do, but you know what? You're a wily veteran, and I've seen you go through it before in these tough situations. So I have confidence that you're going to bounce back and get right back in this thing. It's going to start tonight, guys, with the Thursday night football game. I think this is one of the better games of the week, on top of this week being a really great schedule. There's so many games on this list that I just can't wait to watch and follow up on the highlights of. But today we got to do our pick. We got to do our picks. The game's tonight, guys. We can't delay this any longer.
Yes, Derpy, get your bleep together. Let's do this.
All right, here we go. All right, fellas. The game tonight is the Lions at the Packers. The Lions at the Packers. Mike, who do you think is going to win this game?
Give me the Pack.
All right.
I think it's going to be a close game, but I'm taking the Packers. They're going to avenge last week's loss.
Derpy, Lions at Packers.
Derpy.
Give me the Cheeseheads.
All right. First game on Sunday, 9:30 a.m. game. The Atlanta Falcons at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, Atlanta, they were 2-0. They took their first L last weekend. Jacksonville was 2-0. They took that record into Houston, who the Steelers play this week, and they lost. They lost by 20 points, 37-17. Both of these teams need to bounce back after their first loss. Which team is going to be the one to do it? Mike, the Falcons at the Jaguars.
I'm taking Atlanta with the win at Wembley Stadium.
All right. Derpy, the Falcons at the Jaguars.
I'm going to go the Jags.
Jaguars?
Yep.
All right. Number 3, the Rams at the Colts. Neither one of these teams seem too great, but you know what? When it comes down to playing in meaningful games, maybe a Rams game against San Fran or a Indianapolis game against the Ravens, these teams show up. Who's going to win? Rams at the Colts, Mike.
Hey, this is a tough one because there are two teams, kind of like the Steelers, just struggle and find a way to win. Man, you know what? Screw it, man. I'm riding the Gardner Minshew train, baby. You give me the Colts. I'm pretty sure he's starting.
All right, Derpy. Rams at Colts.
The Colts.
All right.
I just checked. Anthony Richardson was a full participant at practice, so he might be starting, but I'm still riding the Colts.
All right, guys, this one here is big to us. Big news, big interest. Next game of the week, the Ravens at the Browns.
Ooh.
The Ravens at the Browns, guys.
Oh, this is a tough. It's gonna be a tough
both
one.
of these teams, every team in the AFC North is basically right around the same feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They all have potential. They're all just kind of ugly right now. They're hard physical games. We're winning most of them, but again, it's not beautiful. It's not pretty. Mike, the Ravens at the Browns.
Oh
with the
man,
midges in the air. in
the
Cleveland.
midges is in the air. That Cleveland defense, they've given up like what, only 20, allowed 21 first downs.
Mike, they're the
I-
fourth best start by a defense ever.
I
What they're
it's
doing,
it's
they've given up
insane.
400 and some yards in these first 3 games. That's
Yeah.
literally the fourth best start by a defense
It has
in
a
history.
damn good defense. Lamar, he's completing like 70 some odd percent of his passes, which is unreal. Something that has to give. God, I hate to say it, but I'm taking Cleveland, man. I'm taking Cleveland. I don't trust their offense, but the way that defense playing, man. Whew.
Yeah, they're very
It's
similar,
hard to
these two
pick-
teams, Mike.
It's hard to pick against them. That
Mike,
defense right now.
It's hard. These two teams are very similar, as are most teams in the AFC North.
Yeah.
But if you look at these two teams, minus give player one way or the other, these two teams are very similar. I think this is going to be a great game. Derpy, Baltimore at Cleveland. The Ravens versus the Browns and the Midges. Who do you think?
I'm gonna go Ravens.
Derpy can't pick the Browns. He's going to take the Ravens all day long.
I suspected that, but I had to give him the chance.
Yeah, I knew it was going to happen, but
Next game, guys, Vikings Panthers, two teams that you got to say either team ain't really doing well. The Vikings do have the leading passer in the NFL and one of the leading receiver in the NFL, yet they haven't managed to notch a win yet.
Yeah.
Carolina is just not really that great of a team. They still they're young. They got but the game this week, the Vikings at the Panthers, Mike. The Vikings at the Panthers.
This is the game where the Vikings get it back on track. I know their defense is
Haven't
not
we
that
said
good.
That every game
I
so
know.
far about
I know,
guys?
but this like if they lose this game, pack it up. Start calling. If you're a contender, start calling for Justin Jefferson. Start calling for Cousins. Because that team, if they lose to the Panthers to fall 0-4, 0-5, 0-4, just break it up. Break it up. You're done at this point. That's a low point. You can't come back from losing from the Panthers.
Mike, the road win for the Vikings. Derpy, Vikings at the Panthers.
I'm gonna go
Derpy.
Panthers.
I like it, Derpy. I like it. That's a ballsy choice. I like it.
Derpy, you never know what kind of strategy he's going to use.
I know he's just all over the place, man.
I like it.
Normally he
It's
just follows.
unpredictable.
Normally he just follows me, so I don't have to do bold prediction. Now I might have to.
Okay, we got to get on him anyway. The whole Taylor Swift, and we know how he loves Taylor Swift. I just don't know if we're going to get to it today, but I remember Derpy went to the concert
I know, man. He was all over T Swift.
for Tay Tay. Next game.
I hate you.
This one's between the Bengals and the Titans. The Bengals and the Titans. The Titans haven't really done anything for me yet so far.
Yeah.
I can't recall who they just beat, but before they played Cleveland, it wasn't anything that's ever been impressive. The Bengals, one of these games, they're going to come out of their shell and they're going to turn around and be the Bengals. I just don't know which week it is.
I don't either. This is a tough one, but I'm an idiot for doing this, but give me the Bengals on the road.
You know what? Cincinnati,
they haven't
Tennessee's
looked
really bad.
They haven't looked that good at all. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Joe Burrow. That leg's got to be worse than what he's putting out.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely worse than they're putting out.
To be that bad with a calf strain, no, it's got to be something more serious than that.
People
that
always
hiding.
make it sound better than what it is.
Yeah, because he's never been this accurate, this indecisive.
Right.
It's bad, man.
It was like the first 10 passes of the game were all under 5 yards or something crazy.
Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that he's playing bad. I just want him, with that knee injury that he has, how bad it was after that rookie year. Or are they trying to hide that? I don't know. But I haven't seen him play this bad ever. So
wouldn't that be a thing?
But still, give me Cincinnati. I think they're going to pull it out.
Wouldn't that be a crazy thing if his career ended out just being nil? It just kind of shits out because of his injuries.
I would hate that. That kind of like Andrew Luck, where
some of these guys, and it's just like, wow, how unfortunate,
Yeah, it sucks.
Derpy, Bengals at Tennessee, Bengals at Titans. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go Bengals.
All right. I don't know. I just think that's the better pick this week.
I was waiting for Derpy to go. I'm picking the Titans because F the Bengals and F Joe Burrow. And I don't care if he's hurt.
Mike.
He left Ohio State. I hate him.
Yeah. Next game, Buccaneers Saints. This Buccaneers team finally took the L the other day in a matchup of the unbeatens in the NFC. Saints lose their quarterback, with the sprained shoulder. I would think that the Buccaneers got more incentive to win because they want to bounce back. They were 2-0. Saints a little down. I mean, we're going to see, who was it? Jameis Winston back.
Jameis Winston, baby.
So guys, Buccaneers at Saints, Mike.
I so want to go Jameis Winston in the Saints in the Superdome, him having everyone fired up. But God, give me the Buccaneers.
You
give
believe
me
in
Baker Mayfield. Yeah.
I do too.
He's
not. He's
not
a good
bad
quarterback.
Like
no.
Jameis Winston, like last year, the year before, had a pretty good run with the Saints. He's not bad either, but I just think that overall Tampa Bay has the better team.
Yeah, I do too. I think Cleveland's so stupid for getting rid of him. I really do.
They were. They
This is what they do. You get a franchise quarterback and you ruin them. Come on. How long it takes you to get a franchise quarterback that could actually be the guy?
Yeah.
They get him once again and ruins him. So
yep, they had and you had two great running backs, good weapons on the offense and defense. They
gotta love them. Gotta love them. Derpy, Buccaneers at Saints. What do you think?
I'm gonna go Buccos.
All right. Another good game. I'm sorry. Yes, Derpy, please.
Because Bucks over Saints.
All right. I like it.
Mascots.
Yeah, man. Next game is another good one. This one here, guys, is the Dolphins at the Bills. Dolphins at the Bills. As I mentioned earlier in the week, it's not going to be a cold Buffalo. It's not going to be a frigid Western New York, but the Dolphins do come up to play the Buffalo Bills, and this should be, in theory, as good a game as any this weekend. I mean, yes, they did put up 70 points against the Broncos, the Dolphins I'm talking about, but you know what? This Buffalo Bills team is right in it. They were a top front runner last season, and with the exception of week 1 in this season, I haven't seen anything that tells me otherwise. Mike, Dolphins at Bills.
Give me the Dolphins. I'm going to ride them until they prove me wrong. Tua, ever since he took that hit to the head, he got them superpowers. Until those superpowers go away,
he has video game powers now.
He does too. It is ridiculous.
He tapped in to the Madden or to the football gods.
He did. The football gods were like, dude, we gave you like 12 concussions last year. You're going to play lights out this year, and you know what? That's fair. That's fair. The dude dude got brain damage, but yet he can throw a foot. He can fling that pigskin. So give me Tua.
Throw it over those mountains over there.
He can. Uncle Rico is out there fucking balling out.
Derpy. Dolphins at Buffalo. Dolphins at the Bills. What do you think?
Give me Tua and the Dolphins.
All right. I don't think that you can't go wrong with this. Just take them until they lose because it's looking good for them right now.
Yeah, their head coach down there has them playing something different. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Broncos at the Bears. Now, before we take these picks, the Denver Broncos just lost by 50 points last week. They gave up 70 points, which is, I think, the fourth amount ever given up by a team in the NFL. Hosting the game is the Chicago Bears. Bears tickets are so low right now. You could stand on the field with the coaches and call 2 plays for $25 if you'd like to, because this Bears team is so lowly. Mike, who do you like, the Broncos or the Bears?
You know what? The Bears haven't won since the Chase Claypool trade, and I don't see that changing. Yeah. Even though, like you said, man, the Broncos just got spanked, I give me the Broncos.
I think the Broncos will be more likely to want to win more. I mean, you just lost by 50.
Yeah.
And
Broncos Nation, baby.
And Chicago's just not capable of winning.
No, they're on their way to ruining another young quarterback.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Derpy, Broncos at the Bears.
I'm going to go Bears.
All right, interesting. I would pick Denver just because I want to see Chicago lose as long as they can to see how long he keeps saying they haven't won since the Claypool, the Chase Claypool trade. Mm-hmm. I like saying that.
Me too.
I like the reaction it gets, like when you're talking to somebody and you tell them, they're like,
It's been almost a calendar year.
That's so amazing. I love it. Next game on the schedule, guys, is the Washington Commanders, who took the first L of the season. Last week, they go to Philadelphia to play the undefeated Eagles, the reigning NFC champions.
Mhm.
Mike, the Commanders at the Eagles.
Division game, but I normally, you're going to play tight. You're going to be close to the vest. But now I think the Eagles go out there and just mollywop them. I think it's going to be just an easy win for the Philadelphia Eagles, even though Washington has improved this year. I just think Philly's just so much better.
You know what I like about this Eagle team? They're kind of in their own weird kind of way. They're kind of going under the radar here.
Yeah.
Because you're paying attention to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying attention to these other teams. You're paying attention to Taylor Swift. And while that's all going on, you have the Eagles. They're 3-0. They're about to be 4-0. And, nobody's even batting an eye.
Yeah, all anyone wants to talk about is the tush push that they do when they get in like 4th and 1, 4th and 2.
Yeah,
and that's all anyone wants to talk about. Nothing else about them. So yeah, they're just like you said, man, flying under the radar with everything else.
Next week.
Derpy's pick. Come on,
in the Washington and Philadelphia game. It's in Philly.
I'm gonna go Philly.
All right, guys. Next game is in Houston, Texas. The second number 2 seed in the AFC at the moment. The number 4 best team in the AFC, according to the latest power rankings. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they travel down to face off against CJ Stroud in this Houston Texans team. Mike, who do you like, the Steelers or the Texans?
Oh God, the Texans are running out second and third stringers all across that offensive line. This has trap game written all over it. I thought, we would lose the one flying out to Vegas.
We're undefeated in Vegas.
Yeah, we are undefeated in Vegas. I don't know what we are west of the Mississippi, but fuck. Hey, you know what? Give me the Steelers.
All right.
It's going to be taking the Steelers. I almost talked myself into a loss.
All right. Derpy. The Steelers at the Texans.
I'm going to go Texans.
Ooh.
Oh.
You two are switching roles this week.
Oh,
usually Derpy's my homer and Mike's the hater. Now Derpy's the hater and Mike's the homer.
Wow.
I don't believe what I'm saying. I don't know what happened this past week.
Derpy has always been Mr. Optimism, rainbows and puppies and kittens, and
I don't know what happened entirely, but you know what? We're gonna get to the bottom of it. I promise. See what they did to our Derpy. Next game, the Las Vegas Raiders, who just was the team that the Pittsburgh Steelers just played. They're going to hop on a short train and take a lift over to San Diego's former team, the LA Chargers. Man, I can never, ever, ever, ever say the Chargers without saying San Diego.
Me either.
This is going to take me a long time.
We're old. We're conditioned.
I'm not capable. I'm not capable.
It's just like my grandmother would always call the freezer the ice box.
Yeah.
That's us now. We've become old.
The Chargers are our ice box.
They are. Damn it.
So the Raiders at the Chargers, guys. Chargers get their first win last week. The Raiders they get their first loss, I think. Was this their first loss or did they lose? No, they lost to Buffalo already.
They lost to Buffalo.
So, yeah, Raiders at Chargers. Who do you think, Mike?
Oh, you battle of wits here, Brandon Staley and McDaniels. Two super geniuses here.
Yeah.
You got Pinky versus Pinky. Brain sitting this one out.
Right.
Man, the Raiders are falling apart, man. Yeah, give me the Chargers. They just lost one of their best receivers, but they still have Keenan Allen. Yeah, give me the Chargers.
Is Garoppolo hurt? I mean, he got hurt at one point during the game last week.
I didn't check.
In this kind of game, I think I'm going quarterbacks, and then Justin Herbert's just I mean, Kenny Pickett just beat Garoppolo for crying out loud. So I'd have to go Herbert, but that's not me.
Yeah, he's still in the he's in the concussion protocol as of Wednesday. Yesterday. But you got Max Crosby and Devontae Adams speaking out about how bad the team's playing.
Yeah.
and they're not happy, and they're doing it, to fire up the boys, but
Right.
that can end up backfiring that organization.
Derpy, the Raiders or the Chargers?
Hmm.
I wonder if the Raiders are going to get the crowd out there. You know how they, with the Steelers overtook the Raider Stadium. Now the Raiders
I'm gonna go
back
Raiders
to Los Angeles. You wonder if they're going to get a better crowd in LA than they did in Las Vegas. You're going to take who, Derby? The Raiders.
Yep.
All right. 4 games left, guys. Next one is a game that's interesting to me in a way. It shouldn't be interesting to you in any way. However, just because of the team that one of these teams just beat, the Arizona Cardinals are traveling to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. What a schedule. You get the Dallas Cowboys one week, and then you get the 49ers the next week. I don't envy them. We only had to play one of them, and it was terrible. But the Cardinals ended up beating the Cowboys. Mike, is there any chance the Cardinals could do this back-to-back and beat San Francisco?
I don't think so.
Division team. I mean,
I want to believe them. I want to root for them. I want to see them do it, but I don't know. So I want to pick them because it's a gutsy pick. It's a ballsy pick. But logically, I think San Francisco is just too good. But, we said the same thing about Dallas.
Dallas was playing really good up into that game, man.
Yeah, Dallas did too. They got news that they lost their starting corner like 2 days before the game.
Right.
So that may have been affecting them more than they want to let on. Give me the 49ers. Give me Brock Purdy.
Gutsy.
Derpy. I know. Gutsy. I take the safe pick.
The best team in the Cardinals NFL. At San Francisco. Is there any chance that Dobbs and Connor and company could go into San Francisco and come out with the win?
I think I'm going to go Cards.
Ooh. Derpy says, I want to win. I'm going to win in fashion.
That's two all, underdog picks. I like it, Derpy.
Derpy's coming back stronger than ever.
Derpy's not thinking. He's just reacting.
Yeah. 3 games left, guys. Next one on the list is the Patriots at the Cowboys. This one is a 4:25 game on Sunday. The Patriots at the Cowboys. Cowboys, of course, just coming off that loss to the Cardinals. Patriots, they just beat the Jets 15-10. Bill Belichick and company goes to Dallas. Who wins this game, Mike? The Patriots or the Cowboys?
The Patriots have no chance. This is going to be an ass whooping. Dallas is, they're pissed what happened last week. They're taking it out on the Patriots.
All right. Derpy, Patriots at the Cowboys.
I'm going to go Pats.
All right. He says, I'm going to win. I'm going to win big.
He is going big, man. He is just picking the dogs.
So we got a Sunday and a Monday night game left, guys. Sunday night football game is the Kansas City Chiefs, where him and the Chiefs and Taylor Swift will be making the trip to MetLife Stadium to play the Jets. Mike, the Chiefs at the Jets.
Travis Kelce's going to do everything he can from here on out to make sure the Chiefs win every single game. So I'm picking the Chiefs, and you know what? Taylor Swift is watching the Bears and the Jets play in back-to-back weeks. That's true love, boys. That is, find yourself a significant other like T Swift that will go and watch you play the 2 worst teams in football and struggle through that nonsense. That's true love.
Derpy, Kansas City at the Jets. Chiefs at Jets.
I'm going to go Jets.
You're breaking your girlfriend. You're breaking T Swift's heart there, Derpy.
Well, she's had a lot of exes.
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing. Don't mean she just hasn't found the right one yet.
Derpy, I like it. I like the balls that you're presenting here. This is unprecedented, guys.
Derpy is oof. I don't know if I like it. I don't like this new Derpy.
She got struck by lightning. Like some people they come out of it, they have just they're different.
Yeah, he got knocked on his head, man. He got them 2 superpowers.
Finally, the last game of the week, guys. This is the Monday Night Football game. Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. They're also making a trip to MetLife Stadium in New York to play the Giants. back-to-back nights at MetLife Stadium. Seahawks at Giants. Mike, who do you think?
Give me Geno Smith, baby. Give me Geno.
All right, Derpy, last pick of the week, baby. Make it count. Seahawks at Giants. Oh, this Giants team is bad.
Oh, they're terrible. So many good key players out hurt.
It's,
Quarterback's stupid.
What they do with these New York franchises, I'll never know. They had to take some tips from the Yankees.
Something.
I mean, the Yankees could probably do better than these teams. Put the Yankees in football uniforms. I bet you they play better.
I'm going to go Giants.
Derpy takes the Giants.
Derpy.
All right. So that's good. We have to do a tiebreaker. Of course, it's always the Steeler game. Steelers, Texans. Mike, what do you think the final score of this game is going to be? Derpy, same thing. We're just going to add the numbers together, and that's going to be your tiebreaker. You want to get to the closest to what you think the total sum of these two numbers are going to be without going over. If you could do that in case of a tie, you will win by way of tiebreaker. Mike, what do you think? What's the final score of the Steelers-Texans football game?
I think this game, the offense explodes. The offense is going to be an offensive.
Be fun. We deserve that.
Offensive explosion, 21-17 Steelers win.
21-17 Pittsburgh wins.
Yeah.
All right. So that's 38 points, Mike. You have 38 points for your tiebreaker game. Derpy, we're looking for a Steelers-Texans score in order to figure out our tiebreakers. What do you think it's going to be?
27-10.
27-10. Interesting. So that puts you at 37 points.
Whoa. He's saying the Texans are going to put up 27 points on us.
Well, he just picked it. Okay.
Yeah, he picked the Texans.
All right.
Wow. Well, he went from the biggest Kenny Pickett fan to saying Kenny Pickett's only going to put up 10 points on the Texans.
I don't know what the hell happened to him.
Ooh.
All right. So we're all set, guys.
Psychology.
He is faking out the football world right now with his reverse psychology, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Derpy is showing his balls right now, everybody. So I do, everybody. I have our list. We're set. The games start tonight. You're not going to want to miss game one. It starts a great weekend, in my opinion, of NFL football. Tonight, 8:15, the Lions travel to Green Bay. I think this game is going to be as interesting as the rest of them. Very, very interested to watch this game to see how that plays out. Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about the website?
The 2dumyinzers.com. The number 2 DUMYINZERS.com. Head on over there. We have links for all of our socials, Spotify links over there, YouTube links over there if you're listening on Spotify right now. Merch stores on there, blogs up there, everything you need. 2dumyinzers, the 2dumyinzers.com.
There you go. Everybody go check it out. www.the2dumyinzers.com. www.the2dumyinzers.com. With that being said, I do want to thank the guys over at Hey Peanuts at the WBVP radio station. Again, Mike, they did mention our show 2 times yesterday in 2 different segments.
Thank you.
One time, 2 different segments. So thank you to Scott and Brian over there. You make sure you go check them out every Wednesday, 4 to 6 o'clock p.m. WBVP, Beaver County Radio, 1230. Check them out. All right, guys, the trivia question of the day. We're still on our Texans trivia, Houston Texans, because that is who the Steelers are playing this week. Are you ready, guys?
I'm ready.
Derpy, are you ready?
Yes.
Derpy has a whole different kind of confidence now. I don't know if I'm concerned or I'm excited or what it is, ever it is. But all right, here we go.
I'm frightened.
A little frightened.
Mm-hmm.
I just seen your thumbnail just now. I'm laughing because I see Tay.
I told you Tay. Notice Tay and Muth, baby. I'm trying to manifest it.
Tay and Muth.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys. This is a Houston Texans question. You got to remember they are one of the newer teams in the league. Here we go. What team did the Houston Texans defeat in their very first regular season game?
Ooh.
What team did the Houston Texans defeat in their very first regular season game? Think this over, guys. If you do want choices, I will give you choices in a moment. Take a moment to think it over. We are live, everybody. We're live 7 days a week, Monday to Sunday, right here, 11:30. Check us out. Also, the brand new show that we do live every day, we upload over on Spotify at 8 p.m. every single day. So if you just want to listen to the show, go to Spotify. It's there with a whole bunch of other two Dum Yinzers shows from the past. As a matter of fact, 417 of them to be exact. So go through them, check them out. A lot of good stuff in there. All right, guys, question of the day is this. What team did the Texans defeat their very first regular season game? You guys want choices, or do you want to take a stab at it?
Taking a stab at it. You know,
All
we
right.
have a what, 31, 1 in 31 chance to get it right. You know what? Give me the Titans.
Tennessee Titans, which coincidentally it was A in the choices. So Mike chose the Titans. Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
All right, lock you in. We'll come over to Derpy. Derpy. What if Derpy got bit by one of the midges, and that's what happened?
He may have, man. It like mutated him.
Derpy, what team did the Texans defeat in their very first regular season game? Would you like choices?
Yeah.
All right,
Yes,
here we
please.
go. Tennessee,
Weak.
A. B, Chicago, the Bears. C, the Indianapolis Colts. Or D, the Dallas Cowboys. Again, I'm looking for the very first team that the Houston Texans beat in their very first regular season game. The Titans, the Bears, the Colts, the Cowboys. Who do you think?
I'm gonna go Colts.
The Colts. So you chose C. Mike chose the Titans at A. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
All right. Got Derpy locked into place, everybody. Question of the day. What team did the Texans defeat in their very first regular season game? If you would have thought about this question, I think that you would have answered it a little bit differently. If you remember, the Texans' very first game was against the Dallas Cowboys, and they did win this game, guys. Dallas is the answer. Texans beat the Dallas Cowboys in their first regular season game. If you know, you know. I think you do know, but you just forgot.
I was going with, like the Houston Oilers became the Tennessee Titans, so they did it that
good
way.
Logic.
That was my logic. And then as soon as you said the Cowboys, like, fuck, I remember that. The Battle of Texas. Yep.
And you know what? I didn't remember until after I seen the answers. I thought, oh, yeah, that's right. They played,
it didn't even dawn on me, like, when you gave them as a choice. It was like,
that's why I wanted to give you guys the choice, because I thought you would pick up on that.
Nah.
Mike, anything before we get ready to take off, man? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Two things. If Tay and Muth date, and you know how celebrity names, they combine them, combine the nicknames, Muth and Tate, Mutate would be their name. So that's why they should date. Mutate.
Right. I like
throwing that out there. I haven't had anything to drink today, so that might be why. I can't come up with anything clever. And two, I just saw on Twitter, Lev Bell admitted that, yeah, when Todd Haley was offensive coordinator, they would laugh at the play calling and Ben would just call what he wanted. They were like, no, we ain't running that, boys.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Derpy, your thoughts before we take off.
Reverse psychology.
Derpy says he's going to win big this week, guys.
No. He said reverse psychology. He really thinks that the Texans are going to beat the Steelers.
Yeah.
I don't like this new Derpy, man. I don't
know what to think. I don't know if he's pulling the wool over our eyes, or he's really
we need to investigate tomorrow on the show.
We have a lot that we have to go over tomorrow, and this is going to be one of them. Derpy, you are my main subject. Mike.
Yes.
I mean, the past couple of days, I don't know if you noticed, but we have been stretching a little bit to kind of get closer to that hour.
Yeah.
We're going to, Derpy, guys, we're going to get back to our normal schedule.
Yes.
We are still on the summer schedule. We've been doing the half hour, 7 days a week. We are going to be going back to 5 days a week, guys. It's going to be an hour show. Yes. So I'm thinking, if it's in everybody's, if it's convenient for everybody, I say we just do it next week. We get back on schedule and get back on a regular schedule. You want to do it next week?
Yeah, let's do it next week.
We'll start Monday.
Take the weekend off. Start Monday.
Well, I don't know about taking we just have so much football to talk about over the weekend.
That is true. There's a lot of football this weekend.
So let's finish up. Let's do this weekend. We'll do it big.
We'll do it big. Talk a lot of football.
because again, there's so much
There's
going
a lot
on.
of
We have to figure
yes.
this out too. But so we're gonna. I think this is what we're gonna do, everybody. We are gonna be back to our normal schedule, which is 5 days a week, an hour show every day during the week, and then the weekends will be off. But we'll talk more about this tomorrow. Keep it fresh. Anything else, fellas?
I got nothing.
Derpy?
I'm ready for the games now.
Yeah, me too. Big one tonight, man. Is that it, Derp?
Yeah.
All right.
Derpy.
So there you have it, everybody. Make sure you do check out the game tonight. It is the Lions and Packers. A lot of good stuff. We'll be talking about this tomorrow. I think that's it, fellas.
That's
everything
it,
for you
boys.
guys.
That is
That's,
it.
For Derpy, Mike, myself, the two Dum Yinzers, everybody have a great day. We'll